Look at that. The big blue star. Nice. $14 Lyman, Colorado. Oh man. Sun's starting to rise in the east. I-70 out there. At the TA. Yeah. Denver. Oh yeah. We got another 84 miles to delivery. It says we'll be there at 9:41. Like I said, our appointment's 10:45. So perfect. And the wind is, there is no wind today. Yesterday it was from like western Kansas all the way into Colorado to where we were at the TA last night, man. It was a fight with the wind. And we got about 15,000 in the box, so that was an interesting ride. We're good now. I mean, on the side, on the medians, they got it says high wind possible. I mean, it's got like those cones, you know, that you know, you can see which direction the wind is going. They're all like limp. So I'm like, yeah, perfect. There ain't much out here, man. It's a couple houses and stuff. A little bit. Pretty quiet out here. I wanted to get a little bit farther last night. Actually, I have a friend that lives in Aurora. He's in the Air Force over there. But I just didn't have enough time. I got to pick up in Aurora today, but it's turn and burn. We got to get out of here, so I want to get back into Kansas today if I can. We will see. Kind of all depends what happens at this Walmart, you know. Walmart can make or break you, but it's all one item, paper towels, so can't be that hard to count, right? Actually, we booked that. No, we didn't book a load. I put an offer in on a load that's coming out of Pennsylvania, going to Dallas. Yeah. I put an offer in for right at $2 a mile. We'll see what happens. The $2 a mile rate was like $2,800. I don't know if I'll get that, but surely I'm gonna try, because I've ran that load before a couple times and I haven't got that much, so, and they probably know that. Getting close to the Rocky Mountains. Bad story up there when I was at Warner. Taking 70 across out of Denver, west out of Denver. Oof. Maybe we'll tell that one. It was a pretty good little story. A learning experience, that's for sure. down the road a little bit more. We'll tell our story going west of I-70. Going west of Denver on I-70, I should say. Hey, what time is it? 9:30 Central, 8:30 here. So 8:30, January 3rd. Oh yeah. Mountains getting closer now. Still got some snow on the ground over here. Not a lot. Truck says it's 31. Oh, let me see here real quick. 27. Huh. Alright. 27 degrees. Yeah, last night when we were at, man, it got down. It said it was going to be like 19 or something like that. And I woke up this morning and it said it was 14. I was like, oh, come on, prime time. Maybe it's Shadow Wolf. I'm going to pass the Templar. No, it's not him. He's got a Peterbilt, right? I think. Yeah. So when I was still at Warner, I can't remember where the load was going. I know it was in Colorado, but I had to go over, you know, west of I-70. West of I-70. I did say it again. West of Denver on I-70. No chains, no nothing. I mean, it wasn't like, like you had to have chains or nothing like that. The weather was fine. I mean, it was cold, but there was no snow or nothing like that. And I still had the Cascadia. So we get going up the mountain, 43,000 pounds of spaghetti sauce. And we're cruising along, and then, we get up the mountain, no problem. I mean, it was a struggle getting up, slow ride in the Cascadia. When we started going down, and it wasn't because of the truck, it was because of the driver. I made a bad mistake, and I let it get in front of me, and it was hard to slow it down. What I should have done was just get it slowed down and stop, but I kept trying to slow it down. Engine brake and slowing down, and I couldn't, and I downshift, and the RPMs would just come all the way back up, and I just couldn't get a control of the speed, But I'm talking like, we're not like ridiculous speeds here or nothing, So I'm going down the mountain, and it's probably, I don't between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I'm going, and all of a sudden, and I'm getting it slowed down, and we're going down, and it's manageable. But then like the last time I go to like slow down, then I feel like the brakes is like, oh wow, that doesn't feel right. We're going a little bit more, and I slow down some more, and I just happened to look out the mirror, and I hit the brakes. All of a sudden, just smoke just barrels out underneath the trailer. I'm like, oh man, what happened? And I'm not knowing, like in my head, I'm not thinking like, dude, you're about to freaking, your brakes, your brakes, dummy, So, and I get slowed down some more, and I get going, and I give it a little bit more brake again. I look in the back and just smoke's barreling out, So I finally found like a rest area or a pull-off area. Actually, I think it was like a chain up area. It was not chain up, but chain off area. I don't know, where you take your chains off. And there wasn't nobody in there, obviously. So I just pulled up on in there, and I got it stopped, and I get out, and the brakes on the trailer are just glowing orange. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man. You know, just, it's like, I'm, you know, grateful that I was able to get stopped. I just sat there for a minute like, wow, man, that could have ended tragically, you know. So here comes his truck. He pulls up in the thing, like right next to me, and he gets out, and he asked me, he's like, if I was okay, because he was behind me and he's seen the smoke barreling. And I said, yeah, I'm good, you know, we're all good now, we're stopped, you know, and he's seeing my brakes, and it was still like, not smoking, but it was like steaming. And he said, did you already, like, you know, release your brakes? I said, well, yeah. And he's like, dude, don't. And he's like, you know, so I went in and, you know, I applied the brakes. He said, release the trailer brakes, you know. He's like, if they get hot, then they can seize together. And I didn't know that, you know. So I released the brakes and everything was fine. And I sat there for about 45 minutes, about an hour, you know, everything cooled down. So I just kept on driving. And I was pretty close to my delivery, so I was like, I could just pull off somewhere. There was like a rest area a little ways up, and we get to the rest area and stay there for the night. Well, the next morning, the trailer, you know, the brakes had seized. You know, I couldn't, you know, it took me a while. I was like, I had to, you know, get out there and underneath and ting, 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 you know, not breaking them, but just hitting them with the hammer, trying to get them to release. And it took me a while, and I finally got it, you know, tapping on the brakes, tapping on the drums, and just, because it was cold also, you know. So yeah. So ever since then, and there's been other times I've had problems when I was at Warner, when I went that way with my trucks. You know, I got stuck somewhere in that Cascadia again. It was a 10-speed, and like down through the floor where the shifter goes, it connects to the transmission. There's like a plate. Well, the plate cracked, and it wasn't building up air. No air, you're stuck. So they were going to bring on a tow truck, and this was getting near the end of the Cascadia. They were going to send out a tow truck. They had me towed somewhere. And I was like, hold on, look, can we just send someone out? Maybe someone could just repair it here. Yeah. Because I was going to have to pay for the tow truck. I mean, not right at that moment, but it was going to come out of my settlement. So I'm trying to save a couple bucks because that Cascadia was killing me. So he came out and he replaced it, and it ran good for like a day. Then it started doing the same thing, and it wasn't the plate that was cracked, it was the top of the transmission that was cracked. So I ended up having to get the transmission that it was a top piece. I was able to get that replaced. It was just like, golly, man, this thing's killing me. Shortly after that, you know, he gone. That's my story going west of Denver. Never. That's a church. Yeah, so that's why I don't like going west of Denver on 70. I'll stay on I-20, I-10. Alright, we're about to get off here. We gotta jump on the 470 around Denver and get on 25. Alright, we'll catch up with you guys after a while.